Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here, Safi Financial Network, June 28, 2025. Here is the weekly wrap, and it's kind of like a monthly wrap as well. So, months of July is coming. So months of June, we had a nice uptick in S&P 500. So this is S&P 500 monthly chart. You see that we just got a nice bottoming tail here. This is exactly a typical technical pattern that we were looking for. If you haven't watched my previous videos, especially monthly or weekly video, make sure watch those ones as well, because when that happens, lots of people just trigger like their bear signal. But remember, we were talking about this level a lot, and I was saying market potentially hit multi-months bottom here, and we are looking for a nice blue off top rally to 7,000 area. So in this video, I'm gonna just slice and dice it about the time frame, about the potential price target for S&P 500. You see that S&P 500 is channeling up, and it doesn't mean that we are going to go straight up all the way, something like this. Even in this rally, we got some kind of like a pullback monthly chart as well. So obviously this is monthly chart. This is 2022. And right now we just got a very nice bottoming tail here with the 2 months confirmation. This is new all-time high. And yesterday we got into new all-time high, monthly and weekly and daily new all-time high. So monthly candle will be finished or closed on Monday, which I don't think it's gonna happen a lot. So that's gonna be short wick. Tuesday is gonna be a Canada Day, and also July 4th is gonna be ahead. So we will have a short week as well. So lots of people are getting vacation, institutions are in vacation. So I don't think it's gonna happen a lot. So monthly close potentially will be new all-time high. And we are kind of like heading for a nice July. However, when we are getting to the August, September, October, we may see choppy days or months are coming back, potentially for a pullback to 6,000, even 5,900 or 5,900, then getting back for a nice parabolic rally, I would say, all the way to 2026. And that would be kind of like the final melt up, or I would say multi-decade high based on my kind of like cycles forecast and everything. So the upside target is going to be 6,800, 7,400. The timing is going to be this time next year, potentially second half of 2026. Everything is getting ugly. But right now, I would say market is poised for another 6 to 12 months rally. As I said, August, September, and also October especially is going to be choppy months, so we're going to see a downside move potentially to this area. But July, which is going to be ahead of us, and potentially the first half of August, we may see some kind of like rallies coming. So we'll see how it goes with the market. All in all, I should say we should just keep a long position. Any kind of like a dip, it's going to be a good buying opportunity. So buy the dip scenario is back to the market. Moving on to weekly chart. Weekly chart is the same. You see that we just got nice a weekly candle. This week was very, very huge. We got nice breakout. We got kind of like an ease on geopolitical tensions in Middle East, Iran, Israel, and also I would say this is not finished. So I think it's gonna come back. But market just took it as a nice advantage to have a rally, and also Federal Reserve. There are lots of discussions about the rate cut. President Trump doesn't like Powell kind of like policies about holding the rates, which I think it's gonna sooner or later Federal Reserve, even with Powell or without Powell, they're gonna just do the rate cut. So potentially that's gonna give market a nice rally to the upside. You don't know if you don't know about the market and the history of the rate cut, so make sure watch that one, because they're not gonna do rate cut for a good reason. Usually when rate cut is happening, this means industries, corporates, businesses are into trouble or struggling. So they are not going to do rate cut for reasons, for good reasons. Obviously, they're doing for reasons, but not for a good reasons. All right, 68, 61, 68, and the next target is going to be 64. 64.45. This could happen this July, could happen, or even August. But I would say by next 6 months, we are gonna get above a 6,500 and potentially 6,800 is coming. When market is getting to 6,800 to 7,400, I would say this is the area that I'm kind of like getting cautious, especially for the timing wise. If we are getting into next year, 2026, that would be potential the market top. So we'll see how it goes. Daily chart. S&P 500, you see that market just nicely getting back to the upside. We may see some kind of like a pullback around 6,200 to 6,300. So this is the box that I'm just looking at as like a buy the dip scenario. So if market goes up to this area, if you see the reversal, I'm just waiting for the reversal to coming back to backtest this top or even this top. So it depends on the correction. But if we get to 6,000 area, we're going to see another potential rally to the upside. Waiting for that one, to be honest, to see how market is reacting. Moving on to Nasdaq. Nasdaq weekly chart. We got new all-time high. We got a weekly all-time high, and look at the candle here, 22,000. I would say 24,000 is coming down the road potentially for the next few months. As a daily chart, we got a doji bar, and I would say based on the price action, we are kind of like getting close to a reversal point, which we may see some kind of like a pullback to 21,000 to 21,800 to 22,000. The same scenario with S&P 500. Moving on to Dow. Dow still is not there into new all-time high. Actually, didn't get to this January, February high. And we are kind of like getting a nice rally. You see that the Dow just nicely forming a bull flag, and this is going higher. 43,092, and I would say 46,000 is going to be the target for me for Dow. Weekly chart is the same. So we got a nice move to the upside, but we are getting to the resistance area. So 45,000 could be the scenario. Potentially, we are going to see another 1,000 1,000 unit up for Dow, but that would be kind of like the top before the next correction, potentially to middle of this wide range bar. So just have this one here if we are getting back to this area. So potentially, yeah, so potentially we're going to see some kind of like a corrective move to here for the next rally. So let's wait. Let's wait to see how market is reacting to this one. Moving on to gold, which just going down on Friday's session, getting close to my demand area. So this is a demand area that I'm looking at, 3120 to 32.45. This is nice choppy consolidation for a next rally. If gold goes below 3120, so we should be careful about like more decline to here to even less at 3,000, which is going to be less likely, to be honest. I think gold is getting back to 3,200 maximum and nicely surged to potential new all-time high 36.50. That could be the scenario. The same as silver here. Silver is forming kind of like a head and shoulder on the top. So you see that. Let me just zoom in here. So silver is forming a nice head and shoulder on the top, actually QM pattern, because we got below this pivotal point. And silver can go down actually more for a better buying opportunity if it goes to 34. Obviously, you know my target, $40 to $44 per ounce. It's coming, but we should just be patient, because if silver goes down, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna buy more. So we'll see how it goes. Crude, just going down due to geopolitical tensions, ease, and we are kind of like forming a bottom here. As I said, we were looking for this bottom, but any kind of like a rally sold off by sellers, seems like still sellers took control. So this is a drop base. And who knows? If it's gonna just going back up again, or just another drop potentially to this area, getting back to the upside. If crude goes below this, I would say $60, then 51 to 53 is gonna be on my book. So keep an eye on this. Right now, it's just holding 66, but if it goes below 60, that could be kind of like the warning signal for crude. Moving on to individual names, starting with Bitcoin. Bitcoin just forming a nice bullish consolidation here. And I'm just looking for close above 110, because as soon as it gets above 110, I would say Bit can go to 125. The same as for Ethereum. Ethereum, nicely bullish consolidation here. We're going to see a nice rally potentially to 3,000, even higher 3,200. bond yield just after dropping, it just forming a bullish haram here. So we may see some kind of like a pullback, potentially as dead cat bounce to 390, but eventually I'm just looking for a lower bond yield. A TLT Treasury just forming a shooting a star. We may see some kind of like drop, but I would say that's going to be good buying opportunity for a nice rally for Treasuries, 93, 94. VIX is forming a kind of like gravestone doji here on the bottom here, but I would say still it can go lower. Still it can go lower to 12 to $13 for VIX. That's going to be great, kind of like a signal for the market. Moving on to Dixie. Dixie is down 97. Dixie is getting lower and lower. And Apple in technology where it's kind of like a forming a consolidation. I don't know if it's gonna just another dip down to here or breakout, because if it breaks out, if it goes above this high, which is going to be 206, then Apple is heading to 227, which is going to be a fantastic July for the market. Amazon already started this bull flag getting back to the upside. Amazon can go to 225, even higher. Meta is pretty close to new all-time high, just formed a double top here. So we'll see after 740, there's going to be blue sky on top of it. And Microsoft 500 touched and then getting back down. So 500 is a psychological level. Microsoft is doing fantastic. So we are a shareholder of this, and we are kind of like happy with the price action that I'm just see that. Moving on to Google. Google, just a nice surge to the upside, 178, 180. So I would say still 184, 188 is coming down the road. Netflix, nicely new all-time high, 1323. Tesla. So it still is lagging compared to the other ones, but I would say if Tesla is starting its rally, it's going to be unstoppable. So you will see that Tesla is going to go higher, 525. That's my target. But right now, I would say let's wait for the better pattern to get in. Semiconductor index, SMX, just forming a doji bar at this top here. So we may see some kind of like a build consolidation for a next rally. Stocks the same pattern. We just got into this 200, 242, and 242 is the resistance area here. So this is a supply. We got kind of like a rejection here and here. So this is very normal to see market reacting to this level as well. Nvidia nicely getting up new all-time high, 157. Remember that? So we were bullish and we are still bullish on Nvidia. I know it's crazy, but any kind of like a pullback to this area could be a potential buying opportunity. AMD just forming positive. So wait for build up a consolidation, because the next target is going to be 155, 160. Remember, AMD was here and I was saying, hey folks, it's going to get doubled. It's going to get doubled. And sure enough, so we are just on it. We are on our way to get to the double for AMD right now, 150, so 143, 155 is coming, and then 173, 183, that's going to be the final target that I have for this. Taiwan Semiconductor, nicely new all-time high to 237 to 260. That's the area that I think Taiwan is going to top. So we have lots of room there. Texas forming a bullish consolidation. Potentially, we're going to test this high. And Lamb Research just a hiking higher, 101. Finally, it's going to hit my target. So we'll see. We'll see for Lamb. So potentially, we're going to see 101 for a nice rally. Moving on to banking sector, XLF. Remember, I was talking about the build up and consolidation. So it's just going higher. Nicely, KBE, the same pattern here. We are getting to resistance area 56, but I would say if it gets above this 56, the 61 is on top of us, and the 59 for KRE, this one is getting close to $60 $60 resistances. But JP Morgan uptick, actually downtick, but buyers just came back. Goldman Sachs hit new all-time high 690. Bank of America still forming a triple top there. Wells Fargo build up consolidation there, and GDX, which is gold miners, they are kind of like a dipping, and wait for that one, because the final dip is coming potentially for a nice buying opportunity. So be patient, bear with me. So we're gonna get this one as well. GDXJ, the same pattern. Just wait for another dip dip down there. So because I think they're kind of like getting ready for another rally to the upside. AEM, the same scenario, just they're going down. Potentially, we're going to see this gap filling and then getting back to the upside. Newmont, the same gap filling around 56. XLE, which is Energy Spider, just going down after Thursday rally. So still it can go lower to 85. I would say 80 to kind of like 85 is kind of like the scenario for build up for the next rally. Exxon, the same here. So after Thursday rally just going down, this means we may go down to 100 to 105 again. Chevron, the same pattern here. It's just forming a build-up consolidation, potentially another deep down to 130 to 136 demand area. So we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.